Hi there, Aries. Welcome to your June 2016 Runescope with me. My name is Amanda. This month, in conjunction with the runes, I'm going to be using the classic Tarot Art Nouveau deck. And this is got artwork by Antonella Castelli. This is the premium edition, so I was excited to be able to pick that up. Also, for your monthly spiritual guidance reading that I'll be posting over on my on-demand Vimeo page, I'll be pulling a card from the adorable Witchlings deck for you by Paulina Cassidy, so make sure you go check that out. Usually ties into whatever your challenge or focus is for the month, so you can get some extra spiritual guidance or wisdom on that. And this deck is particularly charming, so definitely check it out. Also wanted to mention, now that we are halfway through the year, it can be a good time to go back and review your yearly Runescope that I posted in January. I'm going to include a link to the corresponding video here. Just tap or click the little I button, the info button here in the video, and it'll, after you're done with this video, and it'll take you back to review that. Could be a good time or a good way to take stock of where you are in the year, what's happened, what's still to happen, etc. Next month, I will also be posting like a mid-year check-in reading for each sign. So I'm working on those now. It'll take a look at July through December, just to kind of see, you know, what else, what other information we can glean in addition to the yearly overviews. But without further ado, let's jump in and see what June holds for Aries. See which runes want to talk to you here for Aries and June 2016. That was just a gemstone, not a rune. That flew all the way over there. But definitely check out the video for your rising sign. You know, my normal caveat, as I always tell you. That can be a good way to get some additional messages, additional information of other areas and issues you may be dealing with in June. Of course, the only way to get a reading that's all about you is to schedule a private session with me. I do readings live on Skype. They are $65 for 30 minutes. Just drop me a line at runescopes4u@gmail.com. That's the number 4 and the letter U. You will also find it below in the details section, and the link to my Vimeo page, I'm sorry I didn't mention that before, is also down there. Just tap or click that arrow beneath the video, and you'll find your way over there. But let's see what we've got for Aries here. The challenge or focus with Ten of Swords in reverse. I'm glad to see it in reverse. So, I feel like there is a renewal. Something that you thought had ended is now, there's a new beginning, but it's a positive new beginning. You're being guided to do this. So for many of you, this could be a relationship. Maybe it's a job opportunity coming back. There's something coming back that you thought you were over and done with. And there may have been some pain and hurt associated with the way it ended. And I feel like, you know, this situation may have been frozen. This could have been, you know, yeah, again, someone that you broke up with, or someone that you haven't heard from, talked to in a long time, or a situation that you hadn't heard about in a while, coming back and kind of coming up again for review in June. Aries. And for some of you, this could have been a project, like a creative project that you kind of let fall by the wayside, put down, and then in June you're back working on it. Or maybe you were just so busy you haven't had time to work on a creative hobby, and in June you get back to it, and it's very cathartic. Maybe very cathartic in the sense that you are you know, able to kind of express any kind of negativity or any kind of difficult, hurt feelings in a creative project. You've also got the 4 of Rods here. And so, yeah, there is a reason for celebration. Your creativity is really soaring in June with all of these rods. I've got more rods here. So, and for many of you, yeah, it has to do with going back and picking something up that you'd put down, or going back to an old occupation, going back to an old job, going back to an old opportunity that you're really quite excited about, Aries. And this could turn into money later. If it's not a job offer, you could make money doing whatever this is, this creative project here. Now, some of you, this is also the card of weddings, ceremonies, celebrations, parties, events. So many of you may be getting married in June. It's definitely the wedding month, June, traditionally. So many of you may be going to the wedding of a friend or family member. Some of you, if this is at a distance, you may be a little uncertain if you should spend the money, or if you have to travel, for instance, you may be kind of wondering if you should. I do feel like for most of you, there's a way you can do it on the cheap. Look for deals. If maybe you can't get there, in a cheap way, maybe driving instead of flying, or taking the train, or taking the bus, or, look for deals. Look for cheaper ways, because I do feel like if you can get there, it's going to be a really nice celebration, a really nice break for you. Now, some of you may just be planning an event, planning a celebration, a party of some sort for someone, maybe this is a wedding shower, a bachelorette party, a baby shower, a graduation party. So yeah, some of you may be helping plan that. But yeah, it seems like you're concerned a little bit about finances going into whatever this is, going into this party or going into this celebration. I don't think you're necessarily having financial troubles. Some of you may, maybe kind of living hand to mouth in June and not have any extra to spend. Just be honest with whoever you're working with on this, because it seems like you and at least one other person may be planning this or working on this. And you may be kind of like, man, I'm kind of short on funds. Can I pay you later? Or can we work something out? Can I make something? Maybe you're getting creative so that, and making some decorations, or making the food instead of having it catered or brought in, or you're making the cake. There is a way that you can cut corners here financially, Aries, and you are just creative enough to figure out how to do that, of course, and still have it come off in style and everybody have a good time. So whatever event you're planning or attending in June is it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be wonderful. Everybody's going to have fun. There will be new beginnings afoot. Maybe for a relationship that ended badly, you could be reconnecting with someone. I feel like, and this is going to be specific for probably one person out there. Someone out there is remarrying someone that they were married to before, or moving back in with someone that they used to live with before, because this is, definitely a card of marriage. So, and with all the returns we have coming back here, so maybe it's a case where you were married when you were really young and it didn't work out because maybe you weren't ready, and now you're older and wiser, and and this may be coming up because you're kind of like, okay, this is the second time, let's keep it low key, let's just go to the courthouse, we're not going to spend a lot of money on it, and I think that's wise. All that matters is that the two of you are making your commitment. It doesn't have to be a big shindig. Now, the help that's going to be available to you, we've got the Page of Pentacles coming up in reverse as the help. So this can be a child, doesn't have to be, but it can be a childlike energy. So that would be associated with earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo child, someone who is probably generally very practical. This may be your child or someone connected to you who's having trouble in school. They're having trouble focusing. And I think this is coming up as a help to you because you may find that this child has a learning disability. Maybe they are dyslexic, or, This is not a dumb child, you know, it's not that they don't have the IQ or they don't have the intelligence. There's something where they're not able to study. There's something blocking them from being able to do this. And it's coming up as a help because maybe you get it checked out, you get a diagnosis, you're finally like, okay, we've got to deal with this. I'm going to take this child to a specialist so they can kind of, you know, figure out what's going on here. And that's how you find out. So yeah, pay attention to any young ones, kids connected to you, who may be struggling in school. And you know they're smart. You're just like, I don't understand what's going on. It seems like, especially with reading and math, there's something where things are switching, like dyslexia, or where, you know, maybe they have eye problems, they can't see the board. There's something going on that can be medically corrected, and you know, they're having problems to draw your attention so that you can handle it. Those of you that are taking a test, taking some sort of, I feel like some of you are taking like a pre-qualification test to get a job, and maybe you don't do so hot. Again, this is coming up as a help to you. Any kind of test or exam that either you don't do well on, or maybe, you know, you're planning to go take the certification, but then something comes up and you can't go. This is happening for a reason. Maybe that's not the direction you're supposed to go. Maybe this creative thing is more the direction you're supposed to go, rather than kind of this more analytical route. So pay attention to what happens career-wise in June, Aries, because I feel like they're giving you an answer, or they're giving you a new path, or a path that's going to be more satisfying to you. Anything that doesn't work out, any tests that you don't do well on, or that you can't take, or you just can't seem to focus to study on, there's a reason for that, and it's helping you. They're trying to get you to see something else, or pay more attention to something else, another path. So now, what must be accepted about the month of June? We've got 7 of Rods in reverse, and but then we have runes of protection and joy around you. So what must be accepted about June is that I don't see any, like, you having to kind of defend your actions, defend yourself, defend other people. Like, no one's going to be you know, kind of coming at you and causing you to kind of defend your position on something. Maybe you were expecting that in June for some reason. Maybe because you were going to be around family, or seeing people that you've had conflicts with in the past. Because you seem to be kind of like maybe expecting it. It's not coming. I'm seeing you just having a lot of joy with the people you're spending time with. You know, getting out and about, many of you. Reconnecting with people that you care about, and being very interested in a new set of friends, or one new person in particular, because Aeol is here, and Aeol talks about being guided by spirit, you know, your spirit guides, your loved ones helping you along. I feel like they've got a hand in this career path as well. This thing where they're trying to get you to go the more creative route, or go the more satisfying route, the more passionate route. But this can also be, you know, someone new coming into your life, a new friend who is going to be a very valuable influence. They're very wise. They give very good advice. I feel like this is probably a very spiritual person as well. Very intuitive, very in touch with, you know, spirit, and able to... they're always able to have fun, though. They have a very light energy, because Wunyul is coming up here. So, but those of you that are, you know, getting married, obviously, this is just, you know, you feeling like this, you know, this union is very protected. You're finally with your best friend. You're finally with the person you're supposed to be with, you know, and those of you that are single and looking, my single Aries out there may be some sort of, something you're dreading. So maybe somebody's trying to set you up, or maybe you're going to like some sort of singles event or something in June, or you're invited to go to some sort of event where, you know, it's for, you know, singles to mingle, and you're really kind of dreading it. You're like, oh my God, these things never work out. You could be very pleasantly surprised, Aries. So yeah, anything like that in June, check it out. Check it out. At the very least, you'll make a good friend. You know, you'll meet someone that you can do things with, who shares, you have common interests with, enjoys the same things that you enjoy. But some of you can meet someone who is very special indeed. So, you know, it's not always a bust. They can't all be a bust, can they? Give it a shot. Now, you also have the Magician card here in reverse. So, and again, we've got the rune of the student, or academics, or tests. So, those of you that this was specific when we were talking about, there's a test you want to take, or a certification, or a class, or something you want to take, and then it falls through, if something happens in June, that's still going to manifest. Just the timing was what was off. Maybe you just got too much going on in June. This would be better to put off at the next round, or you will do better because maybe you have more time to study later, or you're going to have more time to focus. Same with any job interviews. Like if you really applied for a job and then there's some sort of delay around it, you're not hearing back or whatever, or maybe you even hear that someone else was hired. Again, there's something coming back from the past, and it may not manifest. You may interview again for a position, or you may go in and talk with someone about it. But for most of you, you may not be starting a new job in June. It's going to come later, but it's just delayed a little bit. It's just delayed a little bit. Those of you that, you know, you feel like you need more training, or you're, oh God, I'm going to have to go back to school. Again, you may be changing directions. So if you're running into delays around maybe applying to go to school, or you know, looking at colleges, or you know, and maybe you just graduated in June and you're not really sure, you know, do I want to go to university right away, or do I want to take a break? Do I want to, you know, maybe, do I want to go for an advanced degree? Do I want to go back to school? What do I want to do? Take June to think about it, because I feel like answers are going to be coming from Spirit regarding the path that you should go down. And if you start in June, I feel like there would be a redo anyway, or, you know, there would be a reason why it's delayed, or, you know, something will come up and you're not able to really make a decision. So I would say just kind of take June as it comes regarding career, school, anything academic, and wait for the signs. And then I think you'll be able to follow them in July. Yeah, it's definitely a review month for you. So just take joy in the things that give you pleasure, the relationships, the people that make you happy. Focus on meeting someone new if you're single. Those of you that are, you know, partnered already, it can be a very sweet month. I feel like if you're already partnered, you know, you're going to have a very good month. Doing something together, maybe having some dates. And some of you are remarrying, like I said, someone that you were married to before. Some of you may be celebrating an anniversary. That's you know, those of you who have anniversaries in June, I wish you a very happy anniversary. You know, and you may be maybe this is an anniversary party that someone plans for you. Maybe your spouse plans it and you're like, oh my God, we didn't have the money. Seems like money is going to be the only concern regarding any events. But that's what I see, Aries. June looks like a really, actually quite spectacular month. Just take it easy. Take it as it comes and enjoy the passionate energy, the creative energy of June. Definitely meet me over at my Vimeo page. The link is below, and I'm going to pull the spiritual guidance card for you from the Witchlings deck, once again by Paulina Cassidy, and we'll get some more guidance on June for you. So hopefully I'll see you over there.